Okay. Today, we're going to have a lesson before lunch and a lesson after lunch. So, the lesson before lunch deals with degrees, minutes, seconds. Now, how many degrees are there in a circle? All right, 360 degrees in a circle. So, I can divide a circle into 360 parts. And let's say this is a 1 degree angle. And yeah, that angle is way bigger than 1 degree. But let's just say that's a 1 degree angle. So I can divide, this 360 degree angle into 360 parts. And I've got a 1 degree angle. So this 1 degree angle, I can divide into 60 parts called minutes. Okay? So I can make 60 little tiny angles that are each 1 minute. Okay? And in a 1 minute angle, I can divide that into 60 parts called, what do you think they're called if you divide a minute into 60 parts? Seconds. Imagine that when I have it right at the top of the screen. Okay, so I can divide this into 60 parts. Okay, into seconds. So in one circle, there's 360 degrees. What's 360 times 60? Somebody, calculator.
Sorry for interrupting the class.
Tanya, come on.
At the end of this period before lunch is dismissed, if we could please have the 9th grade kids and the 10th grade kids that needed lunch cards, that had requested their lunch cards in the office, to please come and gather those before they get to lunch. Thanks.
All right, Tanya. All right. So if you don't have a calculator out yet, get it out now because you're going to be using them today. 21,600 minutes in one circle. So you can divide a circle into 21,600 parts. And then if you take 21,600 times 60, you get a big number then. Like 1.2 something million, right? So basically, you can divide a circle into 1.296 million different little angles. Okay? And we're not going to worry about that too much. What we're going to worry about is to take decimal degrees into degrees minutes second and degrees minutes seconds into decimal degrees. So we'll start with the easy one first. We'll go degrees minutes seconds into decimals. So let's say we have a 44 degrees, 16 minutes, and 30-second angle. And we want to see what is that in decimal degrees. Okay, what is that in terms of decimals? Well, how many seconds are in a minute? 60. So if I take 30 and divide it by 60, what's 30 divided by 60? 0.5, 1/2, right? So 60 minutes, 30 seconds is really the same as, don't want that decimal point there, as 16.5 minutes. So 14 degrees, 16 minutes, 30 seconds is the same as 14 degrees, 16 and a half minutes. Now, if I take 16.5 divided by 60, and this is where you have to help me out with the calculator, what's 16.5 divided by 60? I didn't hear you. Okay, 0.275, which I just totally screwed this up. So this is 14.275 degrees. So 14 degrees, 16 minutes, 30 seconds is the same as 14.275 degrees.
Yeah, where's the 14 coming from?
44. 44. Whoa, bitchback. There we go. Let's unconfuse those brains out there. Okay, now this makes a whole lot more sense. Let's do that again without trying to confuse you. Let's say we have 126 degrees, 38 minutes, and 45 seconds. What's the first thing we're going to do?
Take 45 divided by 60.
45 divided by 60, which is 0.75, right? So it's 126 degrees, 38.75 minutes. We just tacked the seconds part onto the minutes as a decimal. And we take that part and divide it by 60, which gives us 126 point what, and it's going to be almost 0.6 something, right? 38.75 divided by 60. 645, basically round to 3 decimal places. Degrees.
No,
6. 646, then. We can do that. Okay? So whatever the computer tells you to round to as far as they want, you'll just round to that many places. So if it says round to 3 places, you round to 3 places. If it says round to 2, round to 2. If it says round to 4, round to 4. Okay? All right. So that's turning degrees, minutes, seconds into decimal degrees. Now let's turn decimal degrees into degrees, minutes, seconds. So let's say we have 38.4752 degrees, and we want to change that into degrees, minutes, seconds. Now, when we're going this direction, we divided. So going in the opposite direction, we're going to multiply. So 38 is going to stay as 38. So that's going to stay as 38 degrees. Plus, we're going to take 0.4752 times 60. What's 0.472 times 60?
28.512.
So 0.4752 times 60 is 28.512 minutes. Now we're going to separate off the 0.512. So this is going to equal 38 degrees, 28 minutes, plus another 0.512 times 60 to figure out the seconds. And we're going to round to the nearest second, the nearest whole number seconds. So take 0.512 times 60, and it should be like 31-ish. So 38.4752 degrees is about 38 degrees, 28 minutes, and 31 seconds. We'll do another one. We just multiply the decimal parts by 60. Just take the decimal parts by 60, because this is a decimal part, so the decimal part times 60. Then we got a decimal part. We took the decimal part times 60. All right, good. Let's say we have negative 267.365 degrees. The negative 267 is going to stay as negative 267. Then we take the 0.365 times 60. So what do we get? 0.365 times 60. So we get 267 degrees, 21.9 minutes. Because we took the 0.365 times 60. Then it's going to be negative 267 degrees, 21 minutes, plus the 0.9 times 60 to get negative 267 degrees, 21 minutes, and 54 seconds. Okay, that's the easy stuff. Now, the slightly more difficult adding and subtraction. Okay, and you think, well, isn't adding and subtracting easier than multiplying and dividing? Not always, because we're borrowing, and some of you might not see the borrowing right away. Okay, so let's say we have a triangle, and this angle is 62 degrees, 45 minutes, and 32 seconds. And this angle up here is 74 degrees, 15 minutes, and 48 seconds. What's this angle left down here? How many degrees? Well, first, we got to know how many degrees are in a triangle. How many degrees are in a triangle? 180. 180 degrees in a triangle. All right. So, back in the day in geometry, when we had a simple little triangle where this was 60 and this was 40 and we're figuring out this angle, what do you do with the 60 and 40? You add them together and subtract it from 180. Well, you do the exact same thing. You add them together and subtract from 180. So you take the 74 degrees, 15 minutes, 48 seconds, and add it to 62 degrees, 45 minutes, and 32 seconds. We're going to add them together. Well, what's 48 plus 32? 80 seconds. Uh-oh. Is there 80 seconds in a minute? No, there's only 60. Oh no, what are we going to do? Well, this 80 we change into 20 and we carry the 1 to be an extra minute there. Okay? So back to elementary school math where we carry numbers over. Okay? So what's 1 plus 15 plus 45? 1 plus 15 plus 45? 61 minutes. But can you have over 60 minutes in an hour? Nope. They're just 60. So then that's just 1 minute, and you carry the 1 over. 1 plus 74 is 75. 75 plus 62 is what, 137? So it's 137 degrees, 1 minute, 20 seconds. That's what those two add up to. But that's not the answer. That's not what x is. How do you get x? So you have to take 180 minus 137 degrees, 1 minute, 20 seconds. That looks easy enough, but uh-oh. How many seconds are 180 degrees? How do we subtract the seconds part? Well, we're going to have to borrow. Because 180 degrees, 0 minutes, 0 seconds, 137 degrees, 1 minute, 20 seconds. 0 minus 20, you can't do that, can you? you need to make this 60, which then you have to borrow from this. Well, you can't borrow from that until you borrow from this. So 180 degrees is really 179 degrees. Well, if you borrow one there, that's 60, but you're borrowing one over there, so then you get 59 minutes. So lots of borrowing. So once you borrow, so 180 degrees is really 179 degrees, 59 minutes, 60 seconds. Because it takes 60 seconds to make a minute. Add the minute over. 59 plus 60 is 60 minutes to make 180 degrees. So if we subtract, boom, 60 minus 20 is 40. 59 minus 1 is 58. 179 minus 137 is 42. 42 degrees, 58 minutes, 40 seconds is that angle. Woo! That took a little math, a little brain power to do that. Should we do an easier one?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do an easier one. What type of angle is that angle? That's a right angle, which is 90 degrees. If I split off 37 degrees, 14 minutes, and 22 seconds off of that, what is remaining from that angle? Let's find out. So we take 90 degrees, and we're going to subtract 37 degrees, 14 minutes, 22 seconds. Well, can I subtract 22 from anything? No, so I have to borrow. So instead of 90, it'll be 89 degrees. Instead of 60, we're going to have to make this 59 minutes. Then we're going to have to make this 60 seconds. Because there's 89 degrees, 59 minutes, and 60 seconds in 90 degrees. If you put numbers in each of those spots. Then it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Then we just subtract. 60 minus 22 is 38. 59 minus 14 is 45. 89 minus 37 is 52. So what's missing off of that right angle is 52 degrees, 45 minutes, 38 seconds. Okay? Let's do one more triangle, and then I'll give you your assignment. So if this one is 56 degrees, 14 minutes, 48 seconds, and this one is 72 degrees, 38 minutes, and 28 seconds. What's this? So what's our first step in this problem? Add the two that we know. 72, 38, 28, and we're adding to 56, 14, and 48. 28 and 48 make 76, but we're going to change that to 16 and carry a 1. 1 plus 38 is 39. 39 and 14 make what? 53. Do we have to carry? No, that can stay as 53. And then 72 and 56 make 128. So this is 128 degrees, 53 minutes, 16 seconds. So we're going to subtract that from 180, which is really 179 degrees. How many minutes? 59 minutes. How many seconds? 60 seconds. If I just start my carrying right away, then it's easier to see. So I'm doing subtracting now. 60 minus 16 is 44. 59 minus 53 is 6. 179 minus 128, 51. That's our missing angle. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's what we're doing before lunch. You have 26 minutes before lunch. There are, I think, 14 problems to this. So most of you should be able to get it pretty well completed.